drinking some water here. All right, hydrating before we stretch. You are doing mind class with me today. We are going to be grabbing a weight or a yoga block or a water bottle or a prop, something that we can use for load, okay? So we will start on our mats, standing with one weight, one yoga block, one something. I'm gonna grab a 3-pound dumbbell, okay? And that's what I'm gonna work with today. Just a little bit of extra, and you don't need a lot more than that. So if you're gonna play music, play music. And let's get going, okay? This is gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and take the weight head to head. Take your feet about hip width, maybe a little bit wider, okay? Roll your shoulders down and back and take a nice deep breath with me. Set your watches if you're setting your watches today. Thank you for joining me live or catching the replay. This is available to you anytime. Go ahead and fold forward like you're doing a Romanian deadlift, then reach your arms up, then lower, and come back up top again, okay? So we fold flat back, butt sticking out, reach your arms up, lower, and rise. So you could do this without any weights. You could do this with 2 weights. Okay, it's up to you if you want to pick something else to use. A yoga block, like I said, would work too. Hardcover book, probably not a paperback. Unless it's a very sturdy paperback. Or an old one. You don't mind crumpling. All right, feet just a little bit more narrow. Arms are gonna drape down straight from your shoulders, right in front of your body. You're gonna tuck your chin, round your neck, round your back, all the way down, curving to the floor. So this is the only time I'm gonna tell you really to have your chin tucked under in a workout. There's not too many times I say that. Usually I'm like chin up so the blood's not pulling to your head. But today I'm gonna tell you, tuck your chin round. One vertebrae at a time. Make the letter J into a U and then roll it back up to a J. Tuck your belly under, tuck your hips under. So engage your abdominals as well, okay? We're just doing our own pace. So if you want to hold at the bottom a little bit longer or if you want to come right back up again, everything today is your own pace. So learn the move, see the move, and do the move. See it? Hear it? Do it. Makes sense, right? All right, we're gonna go ahead and take our feet nice and wide, and we squat, stand, overhead, pull, okay? So we're making a full arch overhead. I want you to squat low. That's why I said open up your feet wider, so you can drop your butt down. Shoulders are stacked over your hips, so I want you to check and see. If you were sliding down a wall, would your butt be sliding down the wall and would your back be really close to it, okay? So I don't want you bending forward at the hips. We're not doing a hip move anymore, okay? It's bend at the knees, squat down, come up, full circle. Squat, stand, rise and reach, okay? See how the weight just kind of assists in a little bit of resistance, a little bit of extra weight. You'll see it right here in this next one. Okay, so hold the weight up overhead. Turn your toes forward, walk them in slightly. We're gonna side bend, come center. So now you should really feel how the weight assists in resistance and helps you not only stretch your oblique, but resist and come back. So we're working our side abs, our obliques. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale on the way back. You should feel strained, and you can do this without a weight. Love the stretch. and the contraction right there. Last one. Whew, okay. We're gonna come chop up, across, and down. Let's just go shoulder height. Let's not go too high. Let's go shoulder. Let's not get crazy here. Chop to your shoulder, take it across, chop down, and across. The screen jumping on me, the screen is jumping on me. Hold on. All right, we should be back in the green. Okay. Back in the green. Try this. Keep going. If you didn't stop, good for you. So get into your hips, get into your legs, push through your glutes. All right, it looks like it only went slow-mo on that part. Nope, it paused. I'm back though. If it pauses, stay here. I will be back. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. We're going to do a bent over row. Put the weight in your right hand. You're going to row narrow. Turn your wrist. Row wide. Row narrow. Turn. Box out, go wide. So I want you, when you narrow row, to pull the weight towards your pocket. Your elbow goes in line with your hip bone right there, okay? And then release, turn it, and row. One, okay? Right in line with the shoulder. Oh, we went yellow again. Now we're green. Oh my goodness, today I'm telling you. Switch sides. If you need to, stretch out your back, stand up, release, okay, the tension. And then do the same thing, other arm. Do this without a weight. You can hold and squeeze a little longer. Really think about the back muscles contracting and engaging. If you're trying to figure out, when I row, where am I supposed to be feeling it? Maybe hold this contraction, squeeze, 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 shoulder blade towards your midline. Squeeze, 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 shoulder blade towards your midline. You're really using your lat, your back muscle, your muscle behind your shoulder blade, your rear delt, which is the back of the shoulder right here, okay? We're working it all. Basically, it's this whole area behind your wing, right? It's what moves your wing. Posture muscles, it's another good way to think of it, okay? All right, coming back to your right hand, we've got down, center, and then up, down, okay? Stop in the middle. We're just working through and rolling through our shoulder joint now. The down is really hard on this shoulder. That's where my impingement is, right here. I'm gonna try to keep my elbow in line with my shoulder, come up a little bit, Trace. There we go. Makes it even harder on the down when I'm in height with my shoulder. Your arm is just in its socket. You can do this without a weight if the weight's bothering you, okay? For me, it's a little extra stretch right there. Don't want to irritate it though. I've done that before during this class actually, so go ahead and switch sides. Not with this, with a different move it. It's almost like hangman. Your arm hangs low, from center, rotates up, try to get your elbow up, in line with your shoulder. You might need a picture frame or a mirror to see yourself. You can always flip your phone on video mode and reverse, but not actually record yourself unless you want to. That's a good way to see yourself moving. See your reflection if you don't have a mirror or like a picture frame or something in sight. Investing in a mirror in your workout space is a good idea. Just saying. Garage sales, Goodwill, lots of places have cheap mirrors. I've gotten mine on clearance at like the grocery store, Meijer, Target, and stuff like that. So I have several mirrors. If you've been in my basement, you know. And people go, oh, I really like this. I like the way the mirrors are set up so I can see myself from different angles, which is what we want to see for form purposes. Weights at your chest. Side lunge. Step in. Side lunge. Step in. Let's turn this into a sway. Side lunge, shift, center, shift, center. If you don't like the sway, then do the step out. Otherwise, weight at your chest. Side lunge. This is our warm up. Everything should be nice and loose, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your wrists, your shoulders, your elbows, even your spine. We're going to go into some balance work next. Toes forward, sink back into your heel, butt to the corner, shift up, push your heel on the floor. Chest is lifted. And your nose is up, okay? I don't want your nose to the floor. Now you can put your nose to the floor. You ready for this one? Right leg on the ground. Left leg's coming up, weights in your left arm. Single leg, row, stand. Ready, set, go. You see it? You heard it? Now do it. If you want to, you can even take both arms, right? Mimic the row. Nice light weight, so you're working on balance, keeping your core tight, your center. And you're rolling your weight to your pocket just like we practiced in the warm-up. Elbow comes up above your rib cage. You're rooting your big toe into the ground, right? Full foot is in the ground, and if you lose balance, find it and come back. It's just like a pendulum at your hip. This is a hip dominant move. So yes, we are bending forward with our chest. Slight bend in your knee if you need to, otherwise you can keep it straight. It's okay to keep it straight. 5 more seconds, and then we'll switch sides. Switch, that leg should be really warm now, okay? You should feel the back of your leg where it meets the butt. See how your other side does. Pendulum forward. Try to keep a nice long spine from your head to your toe. You can point your toe here. You can flex it. Which one feels better to you? I like a pointed toe on this one. I like to make length from here to my toe. Inch forward, find your balance, then row. Think about all the muscles in your foot, your ankle, how they stabilize you on a daily basis, doing all the things. It's pretty amazing how such little bones and little muscles carry us through life. All right, coming back to, let's go right foot out, feet are perpendicular, make it pretty wide. And we're going to take our left arm weight up overhead, and we're going to windmill down and stand. You can do this without a weight. I'd like your eye gaze to look upwards, please. So it really is just neutral neck, eyes looking up. At the top, your shoulder is right underneath the weight. Stack your hand and your arm right over your shoulder. Your inside lower palm, inside of your leg, the palm is facing you, okay, or what, facing me, I should say, and away from you. We're feeling it oblique to oblique. And a stretch through the legs. Go ahead and turn and switch sides. So now feet perpendicular, palm out, hello, put your hand down, raise this one up, look up, fold, and rise. Hinge at your hips. So again, this is a hip dominant move, which means it's mainly movement at our hips. Our obliques are working, so make sure you're squeezing through your core. Using your muscles in your center. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Go ahead and release the weight. We're going to take our right leg forward, left leg back. This arm is going to stay up overhead as we lunge back. Come up. Lunge back. Stand up. Weight goes into your front heel. Knee stays stacked over your ankle as you lunge back. Your back shin becomes parallel to the floor. See if I got it here. See how my back shin is parallel to the floor. My front thigh is parallel to the floor. Okay, so if you find yourself going like this, or angled, okay, you need to take a deeper step back. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Get proper lunge form. This is a good time to practice. And if the weight overhead is too much, lose the weight. You can put your arms up. You can practice this nice tall posture. Switch sides. I'm sorry, don't switch sides. We're going to move on to a different. Drop the weight. Remember this one? It's our 3 points. So come into a plank. Take one leg, cross it through. Hold on, wait, side plank. Back foot, ball of the foot. There we go. I was like, I know it's like a side plank type of a thing. So, right leg, side plank, top leg comes behind you. If you need to, you can drop down and try lifting up. Okay? Back of your foot, back foot, the ball is down, the heel is up. It is holding you up with your hand. You have 3 points on the floor. Okay, and like I said, if you need to come out of it, come out of it. And then try to reach back up. I know holding your body weight is a lot, but really try to put some weight in your back foot. Okay, 3, 2, 1, sit all the way down, grab your weight. Hold it in your right hand. And we're gonna do a full reaching sit-up, okay? So you can use this arm to help lift you. Legs are straight. I have them hip width, okay? Remember, like everything in life, when we work out, if you widen the base, I don't know if it's easier or harder. I think it's supposed to be easier, but if you don't have flexibility, it's harder. But use your other arm to kind of help lift you up if you need it. Your elbow's on the ground, so push in your elbow, push in your hand, sit up. The weight stays over your chest, which is over your shoulder the whole time. When you lead up to the ceiling, it's still over your shoulder. This is one of those exercises, movements, where actually having a weight helps. Okay? All right, let's switch and let's do the other side. Now we're going to reverse. We're going to do this move on the other side, so in your left hand. Then we'll do the left 3-point side plank. We'll call it 3-point side plank. And then we'll come up and do lunge on the other side, and then we're going to stretch out, okay? So if you think about this resistance part of class, we're almost done. This is great core work. Do it with me, okay? Don't give up on yourself. If it's getting too challenging to come all the way up, you're going to do as high as you possibly can in a crunch. You're going to control your abdominals. You're not going to jump or jerk. You're going to use all control through your center. It is there. You need to wake it up. Okay, we all have it. Use your hand if you need to. Prop yourself to your elbow. I'm there helping lift you up to the ceiling, okay? I want you to think about that. Push, 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 push. Switching to side plank on the other side, we can lose the weight. You don't need it. If you want to grab it, you can, but otherwise, other side, come into a side plank. You can even come to an elbow if you'd like, okay? Top leg comes behind, ball of the foot comes down. There, I explained it better this time. So ball of the foot, blade of the foot, hand is down if you need to come to an elbow, or if you need to come to a knee, or if you need to sit down and come back up again. I would suggest trying sit down, come back up, reposition, sit down, come back up. That would be my suggestion to you before coming to a knee. I want you to try to hold your body weight up. I want you to try to put weight into your back foot, weight into your arm, into your hand, okay? Lift with your abdominals. This is it, and we're gonna stretch out, okay? Oh, no, we gotta come to lunge, I lied. All right, come out of it. Grab your weight in your right hand, the left leg is forward, and we lunge, step up. If you wanna take both hands overhead, you can. One has a weight. You can even go like this if you want to. That makes it way more challenging. What do you got for today? This leg doesn't want to balance for me now. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Thighs parallel to the ground. Back shin parallel to the ground. Your knees bend at 90-90. This knee is stacked over your ankle so you can look down. Again, if you have a reflection, you can see yourself. All the more reason, get a mirror. Core is tight. Shoulder over the hip. Rib cage over the hip. Engages our core. Put your hand there, make sure that it's engaged, right? Step up in your front foot one more time. All right, let's walk the weight away and off the mat. You're doing awesome, let's stretch. Flexibility. Comfortable where you want more. We're gonna come right foot forward, left foot back. If you need something for your knee, put something under your knee. Rock forward and back, opening up your hip flexor right here. You can either keep rocking or you can hold. You can hold. You can hold. I'll tell you where I'm gonna be. Right here. A really nice lengthening on your hip flexor. You're sitting a lot. You're doing a lot of ab work. We're doing a lot of cardio work, right? We're lifting, all the things. Our hips get so tight. Loosen and stretch them out. When you're loosening and stretching out things like your hips, we release a lot of tension in the body that might be causing us pain, or maybe some imbalances when we walk. All right, if you need to, stand up to do this next move. Otherwise, you can stay on the floor. Put something under your knee if you need to. Hold on to something if you need to. We're going to do a hamstring stretch. I'm going to come off of my kneecap, right? You shouldn't be on your kneecap. It's almost like the top, almost where your thigh meets your knee. When you're doing this, pull your heel to your butt. Try to come up a little bit taller. Go. Tuck everything under just a little bit. Quad stretch. Reach out ahead of you. That gives you a little bit of balance. Get my shoulders over my rib cage, over my hip, over my knee. Everything's stacked, so try to stack yourself. If you're standing, you're going to do the same thing. Stack it. Knee faces straight down. Our heels behind our butt, not to the side of our hip. When we were little, we used to take our leg like out to the side and make that W. Don't do that. I don't know if you even can anymore. All right, release. We're going to keep this leg forward. Come into a low lunge. Twist open, hand down, sink back. Oh, there we go. All right, crawl forward, low lunge twist. Hand comes down, knee down, sink back. This should feel amazing. If you want to hold one over the other, hold. Otherwise, you can flow through also at your own pace. Bend a little bit more there. So we're still right foot forward, working through the right leg. All right, take your right leg forward, bend it 90 degrees. We're going to bend the front, lower it, bend the back. And we're going to forward fold. And then you're going to walk left and right and center, and you're going to just move side to side, stopping in the center and seeing where is the best stretch for you on this hip today, on this leg, the front one, okay? Right about there for me today. You have options to stay or move. What do you like to do? Oh, that feels pretty good though too on my back. Oh. Ten more seconds here, and then we're going to go into child's pose, and we'll do everything we just did on the other side. This should be starting to feel really amazing. We worked our body, a little core work in, so let's come into child's pose. And then we stretch it out. It feels so good. So knees can come wide, toes can come together, sink your bottom down and back. Hang in child's pose here, and then when you're ready, you can take your hand and run it underneath your armpit and through. Drop your shoulder, drop your head, walk your hand out. And switch to the other side. Or you can hold forward. You can flow and move through from side to side if you want. Then we're going to take our left leg forward into a half kneeling lunge. We're going to rock our hips back and forth, stretching out our right side hip flexor, okay? So, come up. Left leg is now forward, rock, forward and back. Something under your knee if you need to. I'm going to get something for my knee. You guys keep rocking back and forth. The other knee was okay. This one's feeling a little sensitive today, so better safe than sorry. Roll up towel. Little couch pillow. I mean, heck, you could take like a sock and fold it and put it underneath here. Lean forward, reach up, reach over. All of your options, okay? You can even roll your yoga mat, the top half, and just like roll it back in half, or fold it in half, but just part of it. You can give yourself a little cushion from your yoga mat. All right, coming back to shoulders over the hips, grabbing your foot or your ankle, finding balance. Pull your heel to your butt. Try to keep your posture. Stack, shoulder over your rib cage, over your hip, over your knee. Hold on to something if you need to. Great to move myself, but I can swivel here. All right, so my heel should be towards my butt. I'm gonna pull a little bit tighter. Check me, am I stacked? You gotta check each other here, okay? Now check yourself. You're stacked, you gotta just think tall through your spine. This leg is stabilizing me. I'm pushing my heel into the floor. Pull your heel just another centimeter towards your butt. Release. And come into your low lunge, twist it open. Lower down, sink back, hamstring stretch. When you're doing your hamstring stretch, your chest is coming towards your knee. Your own pace, your own flow here. Low lunge twist, hamstring stretch. The back of your leg is really tight. Maybe you want to stay in your hamstring stretch a little longer. Mine is super tight. I will stay in this stretch a little longer. Right, front leg's going to come down to the ground, 90-degree bend, both legs. You're seated on the floor. Okay, fold it forward, and then go right, go center, go left. You move, sweep through it, reach through it. Where do you feel it? I feel it right here, forward. My back isn't as tight, surprisingly. Maybe I loosened it up already, and then try walking. Oh, there we go. The other side. Here for 11 more seconds, and then we come into child's pose. Feel my bones creaking and everything adjusting. I like it. All right, toes together, knees wide, child's pose. Feel free to thread through or just hang tight here in child's pose. When you're in child's pose, you want to walk your fingertips forward as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Without necessarily creeping up your traps into your ears. Your shoulders should be like out of your ears. They can touch your ears, but we don't want them like shrugged, okay? Take your tailbone back towards your heels. So you're lengthening from your fingertips all the way down to your tailbone. And if you'd like to, thread through. So you're reaching one hand through like there's a remote over there. And then you lay your shoulder down, you lay your head down, and you walk your hand out as far as it goes. You can switch and do the other side. We've got 11 more seconds again. And then we'll sit down and breathe for a second, and I'll say goodbye to you. All right, so let's go ahead and sit on our bottoms. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Hands to your heart center. You were all stretched out, so we don't have to do any stretching or cooling down. You did it. Awesome job. Thanks so much for coming to class, showing up for yourself. Replay this anytime, you guys. This is so good for your bodies. I hope that you feel better now than when you began, and that you have an awesome day. I will see you back here tomorrow. We're going to get pumped. We're going to lift. We're going to use a whole bunch of weights, and get ready for it. Bye, guys. Have a good one.